The St. Thomas Aquinas Weekly Update, where we connect you to the parish community as you experience the presence of Christ.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to the St. Thomas Aquinas Weekly Update, week of September the 8th. I'm Brandon Bark, and I'm joined with Leilani Freitas, Evan Swindle, and Isabel Keith. What's happening, everybody?
What is happening?
It's a good day.
It is a great day.
It's
a great day. It's Mom's birthday. If you did not know, September
That's
the
why we're
8th, the Nativity of
celebrating.
the Blessed Virgin Mary, and we are celebrating you, Mother Mary. Man, pumping the hits, birthday hits, Mary's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. We will sing you happy birthday later. If you hadn't sung happy birthday to Mother Mary, that's a great activity to do as a family, as a group. That's how we do. We celebrate birthdays. So that is not the fun fact, because everyone should know when their mom's birthday is.
Right.
Right? They should. So when's your mom's birthday? September the 8th, because Mother Mary is our mother. So that's it. Fun fact for this week is actually Vatican City, the Holy See. So the Vatican City is actually the largest independent state in the world. It's completely surrounded by Rome, right? So it's completely surrounded by Rome. It was actually established in 1929 with the Lateran Treaty. There's a long history of just the church, being there, the headquarters in Rome. But as far as the property and the place and how it's all, what is it and how does it function? So it's an independent state. So anyway, that's that. I mean, it's where the Pope lives, right? The Bishop of Rome, Pope Papa Francis. And many of the key Catholic just institutions, it's against the Holy See, it's the headquarters. So that's the fun fact for the week.
Yeah.
Pretty good fun fact.
Okay.
What is the fun fact? That it's its own state, or that's where the Pope lives?
Well,
Both.
I
You
guess
get double
just multiply.
today.
So and it's only 110 acres, which is a lot of land.
Yeah.
But it's not like massive. I mean, I live on 30 acres out, on our farm, and it's not that it's insignificant, but if you think about like Vatican City, like the church headquarters is only like 3 times as big.
That's crazy.
A little over 3 times that big. So it's
my question, as you're saying all of this, is how did it, why is it in Rome? Or how is it chosen to be like the home base for
how did
the
Rome end
Catholic
up being the
Church?
headquarters?
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
question.
You want to jump
I need
in on
some
that?
history here.
Well,
well, you see, that's where we landed.
what
No,
had
just
happened was, actually, okay, so from what I know that is actually where St. Peter, so our first pope, was martyred and buried. So
Okay.
I believe that is
Part of it.
part of where it originated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you want to add anything to that, Evan?
I can see you have a lot to say.
I mean, you're right on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying too, Brandon, it's also like the headquarters. That's where everything is. Comes from the church. But like you said, Pope, the first Pope, St. Peter, is buried below what we now call St. Peter's Basilica, right behind it. Something awesome. If you've never been, you could actually take a tour to see his bones. Like you're still able to see his bones.
That's cool.
St.
really
Peter's
cool.
bones. It's called the Discovery Tour. You have to have an in on that.
Oh.
As in,
so
like,
you
just
had
know
an
some
in.
cool Catholic people.
Wow.
I have seen that, but you just write them ahead of time, plan it. It's like a plan ahead. You can't just walk up and say, let's do it.
Cool.
That's all I was trying to say. But yeah, you're able to see the bones. You're able to pray there, and that's the altar of St. Peter's Basilica is directly above the bones. So like they planned all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, off Evan. I mean, the historical and theological just significance. I mean, and there's books and larger articles that I would encourage people to go that we really don't have time to unpack here. But just like there's a reason why it's Roman and partly to that point. Yeah, St. Peter, St. Paul. But it's one of those. How do we know that those are St. Peter's bones? I mean, they've done testing on those. And it's one of those. It's come back as someone that lived around the time of St. Peter. But that was a question, and we'll talk about this more a little bit next week. But just when it comes to relics and about, I mean, my mom asked me that the other day about how do we know that certain things happened here, and it's like, I mean, I don't. Do y'all have any family members or people close to you that have passed away? That, I mean, do you know where they're buried? Like, why do you know where they're buried?
Because we put them there.
Right, right, because they played a significant role in your life, and you were there, and so
Yeah.
it's one of those. It's not like 2,000 years ago they forgot where,
Right.
right? Someone that was, I mean, important in their life, let alone someone that was important in a bunch of people's life. Well, they knew these things, and so that's where so many of these holy sites, like in the Holy Land or in Rome, and it's like, well, how do we know where this is where it happened? Well, it's because there were people that were there,
right.
and it was
It's
significant.
documented.
And do you think? I mean, do my kids know where my grandpa is buried? Yeah, why? Because
You told
we
them.
drive by it almost every day, and I point out, and so they know. And so, guess what? If they have kids, guess what? They'll probably do. I mean, and so there's certain things that you pass along,
Yeah,
and pass
just
along,
hand it
and
on.
pass along, and then I mean, it's one of those. So that's why we have, a church that was built over the site of where Peter was buried, because, I mean, of the significance. So anyway, I mean, I want to get like super pumped and talk about relics and church buildings and just the history that we have. But there's just certain like logical things that it's like, well, how do you know? Well, I mean, because we got
It
a
all
big family,
comes together.
and it all comes together. So
Right.
It's
anyway,
also part of the faith. Like,
yeah,
Tradition.
tradition, passing it up, like believe.
passing it along. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of y'all ever been to Rome?
I've
Yes.
never been out of the country, so no.
Ooh, we're gonna have
all
to
right.
talk to somebody about that one.
Evan, you said yes. When did you go?
I was blessed. We went for our honeymoon,
Oh,
and we got the Pope's blessing for our spouse. With our spouse. So
For
sorry,
your
that one.
marriage.
Yes, for our marriage.
yeah.
But yeah, it was amazing. So
Yeah. Cool.
we
Cool.
spent about a week there. So
Did you go?
Yeah, I've been. I mean, it was twice on the same trip, but I was non-Catholic at the time. This was 20 some odd years ago, and so the short answer is yes. I went, but it was there for a day, and it was after like a 5-week backpacking trip. And had just gotten back from like 2 weeks in Africa, and we're broke and just beat down, and it was like the last day. But I just walked around the whole town because, I mean, it's all the things you see in books and you read about, and so.
How
but
could you
but
not?
when I went to the Vatican, I mean, I spent my last $10, like seriously, on a pair of paper pants. Why? Because I rolled up in shorts and a t-shirt and made it all the way to the line. They're like, "Yeah, you got to have pants on." Well, so there's these vendors out there that are selling pants for all the people that don't know that you don't get to roll up into St. Peter's Basilica. So you're taking a trip there
Yeah.
soon, aren't you?
Yeah. It's
Make sure and take either paper pants or regular pants,
Oh,
or
okay.
dresses or some sort of something,
Yeah.
so you don't have to spend
Let
your
your
last
family
10
know.
euros on
Yeah.
a pair of
oh
paper.
my gosh.
hey,
It's
I
good to
could
know.
share something with you, and maybe y'all out there might appreciate that too.
Yeah.
But when you are planning, there's a coffee shop on top
I'm in
of
charge
St.
of
Peter's.
all the coffee shops.
So you have to go to the very top of St. Peter's. It's very scary. I decided not to do it.
Oh, because
I
you're
took
scared
it
of
down.
And
heights.
it's open
Yep.
to the public.
And you walk out, and it's where the saints are
And what's
that you
it called?
see. And it's
There's
you
a
have to walk
password
out.
to get in.
Yep.
The password's
So it's
Jesus.
like a
So as long as
Wait,
you,
is it-
Now, I
you
mean,
know, just
legit too, though. And you walk out, and there's a coffee shop up there.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're gonna have to put this.
That's a
in.
fun fact, really.
That's
I'm just kidding.
really cool because I will be going.
Well,
yeah.
we are here for the weekly update. We could
Yes.
talk about the Vatican
Mm-hmm.
for another.
that's a fun,
30
minutes,
fun
yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
What's going on at the parish this week?
Well,
The action is happening. I mean,
It
things are
is.
started up.
Yeah,
It's
things
rocking
are-
and rolling.
thank
St.
God.
Thomas Aquinas is alive.
alive. We are
Yeah.
alive this week, especially. We are celebrating all of our catechetical ministries kicking off this week with OCIA on the 5th. Family Formation and Youth will be September 8th, as well as the Young Maid Potluck after Mass on September 8th as well, too. So there's a lot going on there. And plus we have much more happening that you can find out on the website and on our Instagram.
Cool.
So
That's exciting. The ministry that I want to highlight this week is Stamma. And I love all the moms at Stamma. They're all so sweet and so inviting. So shout out to Stamma. That's St. Thomas Aquinas Mothers Association. So something that they've done recently that's really cool is they've opened up their ministry not only to be for just St. Thomas kids, but it's for all moms in any walk of life. So if you are 20 and you just became a mom, or if you're 80 and you've been a mom before, STAM is still open to you. So I thought that was really cool because you never stop being a mom. And their kickoff is September 10th. That's going to be their fall social in St. Anne's Hall. And of course, more details can be found on the parish website. So I want to invite you, if you're a mom, to come and join them. Their community is amazing. They're so rooted in Christ and so inviting.
Go Stamma.
Yep.
Love
Yeah.
it.
I'll see you at the fall social.
Fall social.
For
I'm
Stama?
kidding. No,
Oh, I was about to say.
I was waiting for somebody to catch on to that.
Yeah.
one.
I did.
I don't know if I missed something or, it's bring a friend night at
Yeah.
Stamma and you're the friend, or I don't know. Is there anything else that we should hit and talk about
No,
before?
I think this
jump
wraps
off?
up our week here at St. Thomas Aquinas.
Well, man, what a great week we have here for you. Remember, St. Thomas Aquinas family, that we are walking with every person that we encounter to experience the presence of Christ. We are to be the hands and the feet of Jesus to those that we encounter, and also see Christ in others as well. So just remember that he wants to make saints out of us and spend eternity with us in heaven. And so one day, one step at a time, he will make saints out of us if we respond to his grace. So that's this week's edition of the St. Thomas Aquinas Weekly Update, week of September the 8th. I'm Brandon Barker, Leilani Freitas, Evan Swindle, and Isabel Keith coming at you on the birthday of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Until next week, Godspeed.
You've been listening to the St. Thomas Aquinas Weekly Update. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, reach out to us on Facebook and Instagram at STA Dallas and visit the website at www.stadallas.org.